万岁！
胜利属于我们！
英雄万岁！万岁！
胜利属于我们！
英雄万岁！
Chapter 4. The success of the Shen cut in the West shop created a new set of problems, namely a demand for supplies I didn't have. The local vendors only stocked common thread. For the precision stitching I required, I needed imported silk thread, dyed with rare, non-fading pigments. It was an essential errand that Julian the designer could not delegate to Shen Li, as he needed to inspect the quality himself. This meant going to the busiest part of the capital's market, near the East Gate, and that, in turn, meant risking an encounter with General Zhao Wei. General Zhao's garrison was outside the East Gate. He was a creature of routine, known for his morning inspections and his habit of riding through the marketplace afterward, his presence as disruptive and chilling as a sudden winter wind. I dressed in my most unremarkable clothes, a simple dark blue cotton robe tailored cleanly but devoid of any ornamentation. My hair was pulled back tightly. I carried a large empty basket, hoping to look like a merchant's assistant running errands. My internal mantra was, head down, move fast. Do not make eye contact with anything tall and lethal. The market was a sensory overload, a whirl of spice, shouting vendors, and clashing colors. It was a place where my old self would have been in his element, but now I was just trying to be a ghost. I found the rare threads I needed at a specialist's stall, haggled aggressively for quality, and was just about to pay when the sound arrived. The rhythmic, heavy thud of hooves on packed earth, followed by an immediate hush that rippled through the crowd. He's here. My breath hitched. My mind screamed, "Abort! Abort!" I fumbled the payment, threw my basket over my shoulder, and instinctively dove sideways. I didn't run. That would draw attention. I ducked behind a massive, overflowing cart of bamboo shoots, trying to use the tall stalks as camouflage. I peeked through a gap in the bamboo. There he was, General Zhao Wei. He was every bit as imposing as the novel described. Clad in practical, dark leather armor, he sat astride a magnificent black charger. His face was granite, unreadable, and devoid of the soft, pampered quality common to noble sons. He was a force of nature, cold, martial, and absolutely gorgeous. The male lead indeed.
万岁！
胜利属于我们！
英雄万岁！
I held my breath, shrinking further into the basket of bamboo. He's riding past. He doesn't see me. Good, good. But as he rode by, my designer's eye betrayed me. Even in the height of my panic, my gaze snagged on his saddle. It was an expensive piece of leatherwork, well maintained, but something was wrong with the harness. A key strap near the cinch was slightly twisted and showing signs of extreme stress. The stitching stretched thin. It was a tiny, critical flaw. If the general had to make a sudden maneuver, that strap could snap, throwing him from the horse. My professional impulse, honed over years of ensuring historical accuracy and actor safety in heavy costumes, overrode my survival instinct. "That saddle's going to kill him," I muttered, half-choked, not realizing my whisper was louder than the surrounding market silence. The tension is completely wrong on the far strap. It's restricting the cinch line and the stress is distributed unevenly. Who dressed that horse, a blacksmith or a butcher? The moment the words left my mouth, I froze. My body went cold. General Zhao's horse, which had been walking sedately past, stopped dead. The general's gaze, which had been sweeping the horizon, slowly, deliberately tracked down until his storm-dark eyes locked onto mine, peering through the bamboo stalks. He dismounted slowly, the sound of his armored boots hitting the earth sounding like a death knell. He walked 3 paces towards the cart. The crowd was silent, terrified. Everyone knew the Peacock's former obsession with the general. I pushed the basket away, stood up straight, and braced myself. This was it, the angry confrontation, the order for my arrest. General Zhao stopped directly in front of me, his shadow falling over my plain blue robe. "Peacock," he said, his voice low and carrying the resonance of a gong. It was the first time he had heard me speak. "What did you just say?" I straightened my spine, fighting the urge to grovel. If I apologized for being a creep, he dismissed me as the old Shen Yu. I had to use competence. "General Zhao," I offered a stiff, professional bow, the kind you give a difficult client. "I apologize for my rudeness. I spoke without thinking." He waited. He didn't scoff or wave me away. He just waited. I took a deep breath. "But since you asked, I am a tailor. I specialize in structure and durability. I observed the harness on your charger. The near cinch strap is twisted, causing the friction to concentrate on the center thread line of the far strap. At a high trot, it will weaken the stitching. In combat, it will snap. It's a matter of improper load distribution, not quality of leather. I suggest a simple rotation of the strap to equalize the wear." Silence. The general stared at me. His expression didn't change, but his confusion was palpable. He looked back at his horse, then back at me, the tailor who had once tried to bribe his guards with gaudy jewelry. "You speak of the mechanics of my gear, Shen Yu. You used to speak only of the color of my robes." I met his gaze, my own eyes filled with a desperate professional sincerity. "I am done with color, General. Color is superficial. I care about the underlying structure. I apologize again for the unsolicited counsel. I will not approach you again." I performed another sharp, clean bow, then turned and began walking with rapid, professional strides. I did not look back. I walked until I was well out of the market, my heart hammering a chaotic rhythm against my ribs. I knew he was still standing there, watching. I had tried to avoid him. I had failed, but instead of throwing myself at his feet, I had given him a genuine, practical, and highly relevant piece of advice. The old Shen Yu was gone. The new one had just replaced harassment with honest, undeniable competence. I just hoped that competence wasn't a faster way to get tangled in the plot.